So let's talk about one of the most foundational stories ever told, Virgil's Aeneid. Now, you might think of Rome as this incredible powerhouse, this unstoppable force, right? But its origin story, well, it's not about some glorious, easy victory. Not at all. It's about the staggering, almost unbearable costs that one man had to pay to build an empire. And that entire weight, that whole story, it all starts right from the very first line.
Arms and the man I sing, just listen to that. Virgil doesn't waste a single word. He doesn't say, I sing of a king or a champion. He calls Aeneas a fate's refugee. Think about that. The hero of this story, the guy who's going to found the Roman people, is introduced as someone who's basically homeless, running for his life, being pushed around by a destiny he never actually asked for and can't possibly escape. It's haunting, really.
All right, part one, from the ashes of Troy. Yeah, his journey starts at absolute rock bottom. I mean, it doesn't get much worse than watching your entire world literally burn to the ground. This is where we see what Aeneas is really made of.
Just try to put yourself there for a second. The city you fought and bled for 10 long years is just gone. It's fire, it's chaos, screaming. The gods that you prayed to, they're nowhere to be found. And right in the middle of all this, we find Aeneas. But here's the thing, he's not some action hero making a glorious last stand. He's not trying to win, he's just trying to save what's left. He's salvaging the future from the wreckage of the past. His heroism isn't about strength, it's about this incredible, almost suffocating sense of responsibility.
Okay, so to really get Aeneas, you have to get this one Latin word, pietas. And no, it doesn't just mean piety like being religious. It is so much bigger than that. It's this unbreakable sense of duty. A duty to your gods, yes, but also to your family, your people, your country. It was the ultimate Roman value. And for Aeneas, it's not just a guideline, it's like his programming. It's who he is, and it's going to be the source of all his strength and, honestly, all his pain.
So there he is. The city's falling apart around him. And what does he do? He says, "Then I raise up my burden." That's it. No big speech. He just accepts it. He accepts his pietas. He's not just grabbing a backpack to run. He is literally putting the entire future of his people on his shoulders. His own life? At this point, it's not even the main concern anymore.
And Virgil makes this burden completely literal. It's one of the most famous images in all of literature. He's got his elderly father, Anchises, the past, clinging to his shoulders. He's holding the hand of his young son, Iulus, who represents the future. He's carrying the sacred statues of Troy, which are like the soul of his people. He's got everything, except his own happiness. Because in that chaos, his wife, Creusa, gets lost. She just vanishes. And that's the first huge personal price he pays. It's a brutal lesson right from the start. For this guy, duty and heartbreak are going to go hand in hand.
So years go by. They're lost at sea, tossed around by angry gods, just trying to survive. Finally, they wash up on a shore that looks like a paradise. And this is where things get really complicated. This is where Aeneas's famous pietas will be tested like never before. He finds himself in Carthage, and it's incredible. A brand new city, just buzzing with life, and it's all run by this amazing queen, Dido. And, she's basically him, but she already made it. She's also a refugee who built a kingdom from scratch. They see each other, they get each other, and of course they fall madly in love. And for a little while you think, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe he gets to be happy. He actually has a shot at a normal life, a life he actually wants.
Yeah, no. Fate has other plans. Jupiter, the big boss god up in the sky, is not having it. He sends Mercury down with a message, and it is absolutely brutal. He basically tells Aeneas, what in the world do you think you're doing? You've forgotten who you are, what you're supposed to be building. What about your son? What about the empire? It's a complete reality check, a divine slap right across the face.
And this really just boils it all down, doesn't it? It's Aeneas versus Dido. It's duty and destiny versus love and passion. It's the future of an entire empire versus the happiness of one person, right here, right now. It's that cold, logical pietas against this all-consuming fiery passion, what the Romans called furor. What a choice. Do you build the future for millions, or do you get to live your own life? And for Aeneas, it's not really a choice at all, is it? That programming, that pietas, it just kicks in. He has to obey the gods. So he shoves down his feelings, all his love for Dido, and he tells his men to get the ships ready, in secret. From a historical perspective, sure, it's the right move, but on a human level, It's one of the cruelest things you can possibly imagine. So when Dido finds out he's leaving, that deep love just curdles into absolute rage. She builds this massive bonfire, a funeral pyre, climbs on top of it, and with his own sword, she takes her life, but not before laying down this chilling curse on Aeneas and everyone who comes after him. And this isn't just a lover's rant. Virgil is doing something incredible here. He's giving a mythical origin to a real historical event, the Punic Wars, the centuries of brutal fighting between Rome and Carthage. Aeneas didn't just break a heart, his sense of duty just created his empire's greatest enemy. So, he's back on the sea, haunted by everything he's done, everything he's lost. To make any sense of it, to understand why all this suffering is necessary, he has to go to the one place you really, really don't want to go. He has to go down into the underworld. And this is your classic hero's journey stuff, right? The descent into darkness to find the truth. He's got to find the key, this magical golden bough, to even get in the door. And once he's there, well, he's going to have to face some ghosts, literally. And this might be the most heartbreaking scene in the whole poem. He sees her, the ghost of Dido. He cries, he begs, he tries to apologize, saying, "It wasn't my fault, I didn't want to leave." And what does she do? Nothing. She just looks at him with cold, dead eyes and turns her back on him. She doesn't even give him the satisfaction of a single word. And that silence is so much worse than any screaming match. It's the ultimate proof that there's no forgiveness for what he did. It's just this permanent, haunting monument to the personal happiness he threw away for Rome. But just when he's at his lowest point, he finds his father, Anchises. And his dad is like, "Son, you need to see this. You need to understand why you're doing this." And he shows him this incredible vision, a parade of souls, all waiting to be born, waiting to become the future legends of Rome. You've got Romulus, the city's founder, the Gracchi brothers, Julius Caesar, and all the way at the end, the big one, Caesar Augustus, the emperor who was actually in charge when Virgil was writing this. For the very first time, Aeneas gets to see the payoff for all his pain, the future glory of Rome. And then Anchises lays it all out for him. This is basically the Roman mission statement. He says, look, other people, they'll be better sculptors, better speakers, better astronomers. That's not our gig. He tells Rome's special art is to rule, to bring peace, to establish law, and to govern the world. This is the grand justification for everything. For Troy, for Creusa, for Dido, it was all to create this new world order. So Aeneas has his mission. He's filled with purpose. He has to go back to the world of the living. And there are two exits from the underworld. One is the Gate of Horn, for true missions. The other is the Gate of Ivory, the Gate of False Dreams. And Virgil, in this little, almost throwaway line at the very end of the chapter, tells us Aeneas leaves through the Gate of Ivory. Wait, what? Why? Why does the founder of Rome, the man who just saw a true prophecy, leave through the Gate of Illusions? And that is the question that just hangs over the entire story. Is this incredible destiny of Rome, this grand project that cost so much blood and so much sorrow, is it real? Or is it just a beautiful lie they had to tell themselves to make all the suffering worthwhile?